Well, I just finished the hotly anticipated art biopic Mank by director David Fincher. And while the themes, cinematography, acting, and characters will surely be picked apart and talked about over the next upcoming Oscar season, I figured I'd talk about the most subtle and effective part of the film for me: the transitions used during the flashbacks. See, Mank is a film that deals with the highly subtle and the unwaveringly blunt. There are dozens upon dozens of locations and different time periods comprising the runtime of the film. When creating a biopic of this nature, one usually starts in order and presents all the scenes in a consecutive fashion for the viewer to consume. I'd call this the standard biopic formula. But Mank has a slightly more complex narrative. It starts with our lead Mank sitting in a bed in Victorville, tasked with writing the first draft of what would become Citizen Kane. Confining that character to a bed could have easily become a taunt drama about a man going insane while writing one of the greatest screenplays of all time. But Fincher came up with a beautiful and elegant solution to his problem: the usage of flashbacks throughout the story. Obviously, hundreds upon hundreds of films have used flashbacks, and nothing Fincher does here seems to alter the formula that much. Unless you look a little deeper. See, flashbacks have a few simple tasks in order to be used effectively. First, they need to convey a sense of context. Then, they need to convey a sense of location, and finally, a sense of the past. In most films, you'll either see one or two of these ideas met, but having all three is more of a rarity. Mank achieves all three of these with flying colors by using one simple and effective technique: a slug line. If you're not a screenwriter, you probably don't know what a slug line is, but basically a slug line is at the top of a script page. It will give you the information like interior, exterior, the location, what time of day it is, and it just lets a screenwriter know and let the audience know where our character specifically is at any time. And in the film Mank, we see this slug line always appear whenever we go back into the flashback scenes, revealing the exact location, time of day, year, and any other information we may need as the audience in order to get us back to the past as efficiently and effectively as possible. After I saw this for the first time, I knew something genius had just been shown to me. I waited with bated breath until it happened again. The editing of these scenes was incredibly effective. You see the location, time, and date on each title card that is used, and it's been done dozens and dozens of times over in other movies and TV shows. But it's always in such a lazy or an inconsistent way. You'll be watching a film like Rogue One, and out of nowhere you'll see a name of a planet as you arrive. No reason is given other than to let people know the name of the planet so the characters don't have to say it. This happens in plenty of films, and it's not the end of the world, but it's just clunky. Very clunky.
McClunky.
But with Mank, however, it does this clunky technique in such an elegant way. By using a typewriter, we as the audience can imagine this is what Mank is writing about, or what is monologuing inside of his head. The typewriter feels as if it's directly linked to his character and feels organic anytime it appears on screen. Most films use color or sound to transition an image to the past, but after a while, the typewriter becomes so common that we as the audience tune it out in our brains. We accept the change in reality. We don't even need to focus on the information to get the point. We are going to the past, and those events are moving linearly forward in their separate timeline. Obviously, some will decry this as an unsubtle way to give exposition, but I feel it's clear and it has an in-universe tie-in to what we see as an audience as we're watching. It's self-aware that we know and like movies, but it's also playful with the character of Mank. Imagining him writing all these slug lines gives credence to the fact that he's probably laying down in a bed drunk somewhere, writing down all the scenes we're seeing. And that's all we need to know as an audience in order for that to be an effective way to transition to a flashback. I hope you enjoyed this little mini video essay. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed my content, consider subscribing. We've been making a few video essays and we want to continue making more. We also made our own feature films for free and released them on our YouTube channel. I'll link our latest feature film that we made for free on our YouTube in the description and comments below. Thanks for checking out our content and have a really great day.